There we are. We are live again. Hello, everybody.
Good morning, everyone.
I can't get my computer situated properly this morning.
It's
I'm
all
very much a perfectionist. If you guys haven't noticed that already, I have to have things just right. I'm just all over the place here this morning. You are on location today, looks like.
I'm on location today. Can you hear me okay with these on?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on location today in Whitby at the Whitby Wellness Center with Dr. Phil. And Dr. Phil,
I was going to
famous
say
famous
the Dr. Phil.
chiropractor. Yeah, the Dr. Phil, famous chiropractor in Whitby. Yes.
Nice.
Infamous Dr. Phil. And just getting settled in. The hair's like amazing. Don't you love those days? You can never get it to curl or do, and here it is. It's like va-voom.
Nice.
Okay. So you had an incredible night last night. You
Yeah.
were speaking with our friend Angela Ramos, and I caught the last half of it. So incredible, congratulations! And you were talking about cancer care as a nutritionist, which most people don't know you do.
No, yeah.
'Cause-
So, yeah, I thought we'd talk a little bit about that this morning.
yes.
Just because, like I said, a lot of people don't realize that I'm a holistic cancer practitioner. Angela, too, that was joining us on that presentation. It was actually me that I was joining her. It's her thing that she's doing every last Tuesday of every month. But yeah, she asked me to join her, and I was more than happy because, giving a different perspective to cancer from a practitioner's viewpoint is always a kind of a cool thing. And I mean, every practitioner is going to have a different viewpoint as well, too. So yeah, it was very, very interesting. We were talking about preventative medicine, preventative nutrition specifically. And just because, from my background as a nurse, being a palliative care nurse, and being at the bedside of so many people, and how I'm gonna cry again. I did this last night too. Um, it's not only just traumatic. In the moment, it wasn't something that I was like, oh God, I have to do that again. No, it was more like if you were what do you call it? A birthing nurse that is always being able to be there at the birth.
Yes.
It's very much an honor to, be able to be at the beginning of a life, which, it was never my thing to actually be a birthing nurse, but I always felt it to be an honor at the end of somebody's life, to be
Yes.
able to offer comfort and consoling and peace and a gentle journey to wherever they're going. And and then be there for the family as well too. And I always felt that to be an honor. But at the same time, I mean, wasn't always a pretty peaceful picture. And that's unfortunately what disease does to the body. And a lot of people don't realize that. We see these words, cancer, we see heart disease, we see autoimmune disorders, we see whatever diseases, or diabetes is another big one. And we see the words, but we don't really connect it because we don't want to. I mean, death is one of those things that kind of eludes, well, it eludes all of us, but we don't want to think about it either. But this is part of life, and it's part of our journey that we all go through. It's not something that we can just poo-poo and forget about it, because it is always going to come to us at one point or another. And I think we don't talk enough about it, and we don't discuss things about it. And then when we do talk about stuff like cancer and heart disease and diabetes, we kind of skip over the fact that they're killers. And they're devastating, and they wreak havoc on the body, and people should really be afraid of it. We and be afraid of it before we get that diagnosis. It's yes, when we get the diagnosis, that light bulb kind of goes off, and we kind of see our mortality at that point, and we kind of envision things. Well, it's just me, but I envision things in my head, and you go through those different grieving processes of your life, and you picture things and whatever. But my goal basically is to help people understand that, first of all, your genetics don't make up your out and
Your
out.
outcome. Yeah.
We talk about the loaded gun. So all of us have this genetic makeup that is predisposing us to disease process. It's a matter of, and when we say genetics, we're talking about that loaded gun. So it's about us being able to not pull the trigger, and which means basically not to express the disease process that's going to be happening in the body. And how do we do that? We do that basically through a couple of different means that we talk about on a daily basis: nutrition, movement, mindset, all these different things that are just so very important and essential. And this is kind of my passion about why I do it, because I've seen what this stuff does to the body. I've seen what it does to families. I've seen what it does to people, and like I said, it's not always hearts and roses and quiet, peaceful endings. Unfortunately, it can be quite traumatic. And I don't want people to have to go through that, and that's the whole point of why I do what I do, because 75% of this stuff is preventable through nutrition.
Yeah, it is.
And when you look at it from that perspective and you understand those stats, 75%, it's astounding. And people should be scared, and people should be changing and shifting their perspective, because if you think about, 1 in 2 women are going to be, and this was a stat back from 2015, so we're in 2021, 1 in 2 women are going to be diagnosed with cancer. So
yeah, I think it's interesting. Even James said this the other day. He was like, what if they did, I think it was James, what if they had posted stats daily of cancer like we do COVID?
yeah, exactly. I was talking about this with Guy the other day too. Like, it really, yeah. Do you think maybe they would enforce? Like, what was it back in March this time last year? I made the big mistake of posting something about, oh, masks are mandatory now, but when are they going to make fruits and vegetables mandatory? Oh my goodness, did it raise a lot of hell on Facebook? I was like, not going to do that again. Sorry. But really, the reality is, this kind of stuff is going to help us, and you start putting the stats on a daily basis. Cancer and heart disease and diabetes are the big killers. I mean, even texting with phones, all these things, we don't hear it as much of it as COVID, which is not nice. It is fatal. But at the same time, stats are not as high as, yeah, I don't get it for a lot of it. And Rolly says, a lot of hell you caused. Thanks, Rolly.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was, I stirred the pot unintentionally. I was trying to make a joke at the time. It was just like, I mean, but really, why aren't fruits and vegetables made mandatory? Because there's a lot of reasons. I'm not going to get into it. But anyways, yeah, so we had this discussion last night, and if anybody wants to get the replay of that, please just reach out to me. I can definitely hook you up with that. It was very, very interesting, and there was a lot of Rolly. You have a good memory, Rolly. She says she remembers that post. But anyways, yeah, it just really astounds me, and this is where my passion for everything comes around, because because I really don't want to see people suffer. That essentially is it in a nutshell. And there's a lot of education out there that supports fruits and vegetables, that supports healthy eating and moving and mindfulness. And people go, oh, well, I don't like to drink water because this, that, and everything else. And they can give you excuses all day long. Well, okay, but what's the alternative? Being constipated, not releasing the toxins, building up inflammation, And then, of course, the disease process that accumulates because of inflammation and toxins and all these other things. I mean, I could talk all day about toxins too. And I offer the spring cleanse program, my seasonal cleansing program, on the monthly basis almost, on a seasonal basis. I'm always talking about detoxification. And why? Well, because we have to get this crap out of us. We have to rebound. We have to dry brush. We have to tongue scrape. We have to do all these things to release the toxins, because our livers are just so crazily overburdened by the amount of toxins. And oh my goodness, I'm just verbal diarrhea today. Our bodies are so toxin overburdened at this point that our livers just don't know what to do with it, and it's they shut down, and then they wonder, it's like, oh my God, did I drink too much wine? Am I alcoholic? And they think about that. Well, no, it's because of all the other toxins in the world that come from everywhere. Like,
everywhere.
Everywhere. There's and the simple thing is, and a lot of people probably don't even realize this, which is another scary stat, is that there's over 400 and some plus toxins that are found in umbilical cord blood of newborns that are being born right now. And some of these toxins are from generations past, where there have been these toxins like DDT have been banned. We're still finding them in umbilical cord blood because they just go through the generations. We pass it down until that person or that mother or that father rids those toxins out of their body through a heavy metal detox, which definitely you have to have done or do with a practitioner. We're going to continually be toxifying ourselves over and over and over again. And a lot of these toxins they lead to so many numerous health issues, from Alzheimer's to autism to cancer, Parkinson's disease, autoimmune issues, diabetes, all these other ones. Yeah, I'm going to have some coffee. You wanted me to talk, I'm talking.
Well, I knew you'd still be on fire from last night, so I was like, oh, I'll take the easy road. Wendy can talk today. Yes. No, it's so true. It is absolutely so true. And it, yes, the detox is necessary to reset the body. Yes, it's necessary to change diet. Yes, it's necessary to incorporate the proper nutrients. And that's why something like Juice Plus is so great, because it's a whole food supplement.
It's like a daily detox, basically.
Yeah. Now the Soul Life Celenda has that component to it. So every day I'm detoxing. Every day I'm that humic acid being able to grab onto those toxins every day and assist that. And I've been able to, really reduce my hot flashes immensely. Like, only if I have a glass of wine at supper would I have one at night, which is so relieving, because it was bad. So, and with the Re-Kick, that iodine, again, mineral supplement, and I'm all about minerals because you need them, foundation. And especially for menopausal women, it's that life's being sucked out of you. You've got to replace all that back into you, because bone loss is huge.
Yeah.
But the liver. I can't, I say it every day. You have to support the liver. You have to reduce inflammation. You have to nip whatever that is in the butt. So whether it's restoring your gut, changing the stress management, right? That mindset, detoxifying the body of the, all the chemicals, remove the chemicals out of the house. There's so many things that, seem overwhelming, but if you're just doing one change a day and incorporating those better practices, it's going to work. It's going to be beneficial. And
I mean, the liver's not out to get us by any means. No. And it really wants to help us and keep us healthy, and it works. It works like almost 24/7. And the thing is, but we have to show it a little bit of love as well too, because it is keeping us alive, literally. And we have to give it a break every once in a while. And this is why I talk about the seasonal cleanses, just because it's a 14 days out of 3 months that you really want to just allow the liver to come back up to its peak performance levels and do the job that it's supposed to do. The human body is an amazing, amazing machine. I mean, going back to my nursing days, I've seen the body do some crazy stuff that the textbooks are like, no, that shouldn't be happening. I mean, we had people that are in palliative care for years. I mean, and little old ladies at the nursing home, I mean, we would try to get them to eat, and they wouldn't eat anything but maybe a little bit of chocolate milk, and they lived for years. Like, the body is an amazing, amazing machine. Obviously, water's essential for everything, but we really have we have no idea. And I think for a lot of the medical world, we are still just scratching the surface with regards to the incredible mechanics of the body. But what we do know is that gatekeeper, the liver, is so very essential. And when we show it some love with some support, either through supplements, taking out gluten and sugar and dairy, and decreasing our meat for 14 days, that's all it is, decreasing the toxins and the hyperallergenic foods for just a few days. That's all it is. It's going to make a big, big difference. And we do that on a seasonal basis to shift with nature, because we are, okay, this is 2021, and, we're modern humans, but at the same time, we are connected with nature. We flow with the moon. Women specifically, we flow with the moon. We are connected with nature more than so many people believe, understand, or even remember. And, so when we shift with the seasons, and we're lucky in here in Northern Ontario, we have 4 seasons, so we can really see this and distinguish between them, that we shift with them as well too. So it's very important that we just show our bodies some love, and allow that gatekeeper to do the job that it's supposed to do. But of course, with any detox program, or I say detox loosely, it's a cleansing program. You have to support all of the organs that are the major detoxification organs. So your kidneys, your skin, and your lungs. So these are really important as well. So this is why we say drink lemon water, or drink water, dry brush, sit quietly, detox your mind a little bit, journal, because that's a very cheap way of therapy. All these different things at the same time, or ongoing. We're always, always, always repeating ourselves when it comes to a lot of this stuff. And this essentially is why, because sometimes cancer and diabetes and heart disease is not pretty. Well, it's never pretty, to be honest with you, but people don't see it. It's usually behind closed doors. I'm trying to show you and tell you guys that you should be scared. You should be scared.
Incite fear.
Well, I mean, everything else doesn't work.
Nothing else works.
Coddling and holding your guys' hands doesn't work. If you don't believe me. It's scary shit, everybody. Come on. I've seen
Snap out of it. Snap the hell out of it, so you can actually get shit done and live life to the fullest. And
yeah, for sure. And I mean, unfortunately, yes. I know you've experienced cancer firsthand as well too. And from my perspective, the family having to go through that and see that, it's not worse, but it's just as bad, because then they have to live past that through the rest of their lives as well, to see that. And human nature is that we forget about a lot of things. We put it behind us because it is hard. It is hard to digest. It's hard to think about. It's very, very emotional, but is it emotional enough for people to change? That's the thing. And I guess I'm kind of being a little bitchy about it this morning, but it does get me angry. It really does, because I mean, I'm not going to go into it, but I mean, I could tell you guys some friggin' stories like that just will rip your heart out and make you shift and move. But human nature, we don't like to think about that kind of stuff. That's the dirty stuff, even though we're all these type of people that, we rubberneck around an accident that's on the highway and we have to see what's going on. But at the same time, we forget very quickly that, this is a life and death situation. And it really is a choice. So, yeah, it's a choice. That's all. It's a choice. And from my perspective,
it is a choice.
Yeah, I really don't want you guys to suffer, That's when it comes down to it. But again, that's your choice. So through education, through talking about it, through offering you guys the opportunity to have a different perspective, to have a different way of looking at things, is not necessarily going to stop it, but it's definitely going to better your chances. I mean, like I said, we still always have those genes. And, and of course, we can't not die. That's just the nature of the beast. That's who we are. We are mortal beings. We're born and we die.
Yeah, we all live and die. That's for sure. And
So,
it's how you're going to grab that and run with it, and how you're going to live life to the fullest. And I think it's been an incredible month in learning those things that are holding us back, right? And so we just need to not drift, and we need to, not head down, but stay to the course, work diligently. Yeah, and work diligently on changing.
Keep that big picture in mind, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, incorporating those daily habits, incorporating that mindfulness of stress management, and then how your triggers are, and mindfully changing your diet and being aware, right? It doesn't have to be woo-woo intuitiveness, but your gut tells you. It's what a gut feeling is. I got a gut sense about things. Like there's a whole thing about the gut. It is the second brain, or some people believe it's the first brain. But it's interesting that, in understanding, you do need to control the gut so that it doesn't run willy-nilly with you, right? It doesn't tell you, you're going to eat now, girl, and you're going to eat chocolate because I said so. We have to gain that power over our gut. Like, you have to kind of have fun with it and have that perspective of things. You're in charge of your body. You are, God's in charge of my body, and I must be diligent and follow through and be, and honor that so that I can, flourish in that aspect. But it's that sense of like, yeah, grab it by the balls. Let's do this shit, because I'm tired of being hot flashy. I'm tired of water retention. I'm tired of fucking brain fog. Sorry for swearing like that, but it's been crazy. But it's like,
yeah, anybody that's been there knows.
Yeah. It's enough. So
it is
we
enough.
need to. It's enough. And let's we a lot of the times, like, let's say with brain cancer, right? We don't really know what the root of the issue is. We can guess. We can take some good haphazard guesses that it starts with the gut. Oh, am I getting in trouble for swearing?
No. I'm just saying that's one of the things right there.
Oh, yes.
Came into
cell phone.
phones.
Oh, my gosh. The cell phone. But gut, I think truly the gut, the connection with the vagus nerve, the connection with the gut to the brain. It's a straight road right to the brain, right to the stem. And if your gut's not good, your brain's not going to be good. You have to repair things for the longevity of things. And I talk about this even in thermography with clients. And we're looking at the chaos and we're looking at the mess, right? And they're like, I don't feel anything. I'm like, yeah, it's not now. We're talking 5-10 years. I'm talking when you're 60.
Yeah.
It's hard to turn back when you're 60.
Oh, yeah.
It's even harder to
Easy
turn back
prevent,
when you're
hard to
70
cure.
because we need to do now. And even with the hormones aspect of things, and then I know I'm speaking to the women who are perimenopausal and menopausal, and those are my girls, and I want to be there for them. But part of me is like, no, I want to talk to my kids' friends. I just
Yeah.
want to grab them and say, girl,
Yeah.
that's not normal. You need to change. You won't get pregnant. You're going to have difficulty keeping a child. You're going to have horrible periods. And if you think it's bad now, you wait till menopause. It will be horrific. You
Yeah.
need to do it. You need to change. Boy, we're on
We're
a
on fire
train.
today.
It's enough. It's enough of this bullshit.
Well, and that's
Anyways,
the thing. I mean, you and I are so very passionate. I think we hold back a lot of times because of society
we're
standards
so
and
polite.
that
I think
we
that
think that we should say and shouldn't say. But the thing is, and I know Candace was watching us too, and she's a holistic practitioner as well too,
yeah.
or holistic cancer practitioner as well too. So she understands and she
She
knows.
understands, and she's so super sweet too, and that
Yeah.
would never come out of her mouth.
Oh,
I'm just
I don't know. I met up with her
it's
one
just
day
like
and you give her a chance and I think she would too.
it's like wake up. We have to change, right?
Mhm.
Like you
Like,
got
what
to
does
have
it
that. It's
take?
still that 80-20 rule for
Oh
sure.
yeah,
You've got to
no, yeah.
live
We're not
life.
telling people to stop living by any means.
It's just like, okay, stop drinking the Kool-Aid that's going to save you from
Yeah.
this.
But have a
You
nice
need
organic glass of wine if you want.
you need to grab it and go. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this message is not about doom and gloom by any means. What we're talking about, it's about understanding that um, persistent and chronic ways of living your life will have consequences. I'm not saying don't live your life. I'm not saying never have chocolate or coffee or
as I'm drinking my McDonald's coffee.
or stay a day in your pajamas or get angry or have a negative mindset. All these
Yeah.
different things. Understand that chronically, it will deteriorate your body on many different levels. So, body, mind, and soul. And that deterioration will lead to a disease process. It will allow for the opportunistic entities of cancer and diabetes and that the genetics that we do possess to take hold and run and have a party with you and at your expense. But it's like I said, it's not saying that never have a glass of wine or a couple of beers with your friends around the, for some reason I think of a campfire. You're always on your campfire. But the thing is, I'm not saying don't stop living by any means. And I mean, again, it's your choice. If this is what you want to do for the rest of your life, and that's fine. Understand that when the time comes, it might not be fun. And you can't blame anybody but yourself at that point. And that's okay. I mean, there's been a lot of people that I dealt with and they were like, yeah, I know. I did this to myself and I'm
It's
okay with it.
yeah,
That's
it's good. I
good.
think we've had other friends that are sisters have passed as well, and I think or other family members have, and a lot of people don't care. They're living their life to the fullest,
Yeah.
and
And
they've
that's fine.
accepted the responsibility of doing that, and that's okay.
Mhm.
That's the I'm living life.
Yeah.
Throw away the cap. I'm
Yeah.
going to live it to the fullest, and that's a lot of people's mentality of things. But don't be surprised
Yeah, well, that's it. When the time comes,
when the time comes. And I
please
think that's
don't
a
blame
part of
anybody
things
but
that
yourself.
we really do need to recognize too. We need to live life to the fullest.
Oh, yeah.
We
Yeah.
can't live in fear.
No.
We can't live in worry. You
No.
have to walk, you have to stand tall, you have to eat well, you need to have energy. You're setting, you have to become an example. I'm really big about setting an example for your kids and having you get to change and become that legacy maker in your family. But that can start with nutrition. That
Mhm.
can start with spirituality. That can start with mindset, right?
Mhm.
That can start with fitness.
Yeah.
It's getting out away off the couch, outside,
Mhm.
enjoy the fresh snow. It's a snow day today.
Yeah.
So get outside, go build a snowman, go build
Yeah.
a fort, go do
Mhm.
something to laugh
Mhm.
and or go skating and or do something because you've got to do it. You can't just
Yeah.
be hum and ho hum and or those types of things. Encourage change, or teach your children how to make lunch today, or teach the kids how to do the laundry. Like these
Yeah.
are they don't want to learn to do the laundry today. It's a snow day, Mom.
Yeah.
They
No.
want to go outside and play, so make them go shovel off the roof. No,
Yeah,
that's
but then
dangerous. But
that gives them the opportunity to teach us as well too, that leave the laundry
you're
behind, go outside and play. You
you're
know.
supposed to go and play. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, yeah,
It's
and that's
interesting.
it.
So
I mean, I do tend to get a little passionate and a little over emotional when it comes to this stuff. It's because I've seen a lot of nasty things. But the thing is, too, I'm not trying to project that message of not living your life and being very strict and hyper vigilant about counting calories and making sure that it's organic and all these different things that takes away from your life. Living life to your fullest, to your best, with the knowledge that having a steak for breakfast every day is probably not the best thing for you. But having a steak once in a while, okay, fine, using it as a treat, still living your life, but not within an understanding that having a steak every day for breakfast is probably going to lead you to a place that is not going to be nice. But having a steak once in a while, that's going to be fine. Your liver is going to be able to handle it. Your waistline is going to be able to handle it. Your arteries are going to be able to handle it. And like I said, because this body is a miraculous machine and it can handle small doses of life. That's probably, not the best for us. But again, it's that 80-20 rule and that understanding that anything in great quantities that are not great for us are that just is simple math as far as I'm concerned. But that's why you and we like to do this, is because just to educate people what the alternative is, to understand that genetics, again, that loaded gun is not our destiny. We don't have to end up with these crazy ass diseases that are just rampantly killing us. That, yeah, that's a lot. It's 30 minutes.
okay.
I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry, but yeah, I hope you guys didn't get the wrong message about what I'm trying to say today, but it's
I'm not. Shit or get off the pot, girls.
yeah. Yeah. Okay, there we go.
It's Wednesday. Live it up.
Wednesday.
Go for it. It's Wednesday. It's
Yeah.
hump day.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'll be back live actually at 2:30 today, probably. I have a client at 3. And yesterday I was on the road, did not want to stop in traffic. So I do apologize. I'll be posting an extra video today about estrogen. I recorded a fantastic podcast last night
Nice.
about estrogens. And the topic this week was estrogens. So just get in. On my link with the New Zenler page, with my course page, there is actually an estrogen boost your estrogen metabolism naturally checklist there. So grab it, get it in your hands. It's a really handy takeaway. And there's some really valuable information on that, and I really hope that you'll snag that for sure. Next week, March 1st to March 5th, I'm hosting the Wise Divine Woman Hormone Detox, and it's going to be in my private group. You've got to get in my private group, and I've posted a public group. So in that, I'm going to give you your special invite to come in the private group, because there might be some things that aren't supposed to be said in public. It's tough. It's tough not to be censored or put in Facebook jail or those types of things. So get in the private group, because that's where the fun's at.
Yeah, we're nice and polite and quiet on these videos, but it's for
I'm
a
really
reason.
in the mood.
And you guys got to see a little bit of it today.
I'll be 52 next week. Enough of the bullshit. Let's get it going. Let's do it. Let's change. Let's make these things happen. And let's become the vivacious women that we're meant to be, right? Like, bring it on.
Yeah, bring it on. And hopefully we don't get put in Facebook jail too often.
Hopefully we don't get put in Facebook jail.
All right. Love you guys so much. If you have any questions, please reach out to us about hormones, about cleanses, detox, whatever it is that you need information about. Please reach out for us. This is our passion. This is our love. This is our what we have to offer society. Like, this is what we want to do with our lives. And it is to help you guys be the best and vivacious and best that you can possibly be, and live the longest that you can.
Fullest.
You're all going to be 120 and working out at the gym.
Yeah.
And just
dancing.
like quietly go to sleep in your
I miss dancing. I'm not gonna lie. I think out of everything, I miss dancing. I've missed dancing even before, because as a 50-year-old woman, you're really not supposed to go out clubbing and go dancing.
Who said?
Anyways,
yeah.
COVID.
What have we been talking about today?
Yeah, I know.
Live your life, girl.
I did some beautiful. Those are like bucket list stuff. That's what we're doing. Some bucket list stuff. That's enough. Enough of this. Girls.
Well, I got to make a bucket list, I suppose. Yeah.
Have an incredible day. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 9.
Yeah.
Live here. You'll see me this afternoon live in my group. Don't forget to actually, no matter where you're seeing us, go up to the 3 buttons there on the right-hand side of your page, just right up there. Click it, and so that you'll be notified of all of our lives. Do it for Wendy. Yeah. Be a girl, be a pal, and do it for me. So get up there, click. You want to be notified of the crazy girls who drink coffee and talk shit on TV. Yeah, talk shit on Facebook.
Yeah. So for the people in my
group, glorious day today. Yes. Yeah. Go ahead, Wendy. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, for people in my Facebook group, it's Wellness Wednesday. So I'm going to be talking about, I forget what I'm going to be talking about, but it's going to be a surprise. So you guys are going to join me in my wellness community, Transform Your Health with Wendy. And we're going to be chatting about, I think it's about negativity today, actually. So yeah, join me there or catch the replay. And like Dana said, click those 3 buttons and you'll be able to watch us all the time. Lucky you. Talk to you soon, everybody. Take care.
Have a good day, everyone.